Hello there, this is Peter Tam here and welcome to another episode of the Success Triangle. So today in episode 3, I'm going to talk about the second component of your Success Triangle called external communication. So just to recap, in episode 1, I give you an introduction of the Success Triangle where I talk about the 3 components of the Success Triangle, 3 components that you must master to be successful in anything that you want to do. The first thing is internal communication. The second thing is external communication. And the third component is technical know-how. So in episode 2, I delve deeper into internal communication and you get to understand how to master that little voice in your head that can either make you or break you. The quality of your thoughts, life, determine the quality of your life. So today we talk about external communication. I will delve deeper into that. And why is that very, very important? Because the quality of your life is the quality of your communication. Let me repeat that. The quality of your life is the quality of your communication. Your communication, effective communication, determines the quality of your life because you work with people, you work in a team, and when you understand DISC, the 4 personality types that I introduced to you in episode 2, you will gain self-awareness. You will know more about yourself. You will gain commitment and cooperation with people. And you resolve and manage conflict better. And you can build an effective team because no man is an island. You work in an environment with other people. And people are different, but people are predictably different. I repeat, people may be different, but they are predictably different. And so, if you understand DISC, the 4 components type, you understand which personality type you are, and the personality type of the person you work with or the people in your team, that will improve the quality of your communication and as a result, the quality of your life. Now, in order to really understand another person's personality type, of course, there is this DISC questionnaire that you can ask a person to fill up, and based on that, you can churn out a DISC report. A lot of HR department of many corporations, when you go for an interview for a job, they actually ask you to fill up the DISC questionnaire. They do a DISC assessment of the prospective candidate before they employ them. But in practical real life, you do not go about asking every one of your acquaintances to fill up a questionnaire for you to determine what personality type they are. So what can you do? You can only try to guess or figure out what personality type the other person is by observation. And so what are those observations? Let me give you a simple way to understand or to figure out what personality types another person is. So there are 4 quadrants DISC. So how do you determine which quadrant the other person is? So first, you determine whether that person is active or passive. If that person is active, a person who initiates things, who don't wait for instructions, they just want to get things done, they are very active, then that person is either a D or an I. But if a person is passive, they wait for instructions, they follow orders, they are slow and steady, then that person is either S or a C. So you already have determined by eliminating 50% or the other 2 personality types out by determining whether the person is active or passive. Another aspect that you can look at is whether the person is people orientated or task orientated. If the person you are talking to or you observe is very people orientated, they like to talk with people, they like to socialize, they are team player, they are very loyal and supportive, then either that person is an I or an S. But if that person is not so people orientated, they care about the job, like let's just get things done, focus on the results matters, or they're very systematic, they are very process orientated, either they are D or a C. Now if you combine all these components together, you can more or less figure out what type or personality type the other person is. If the person is active and also people orientated, then he or she must be an I. But if the person is active but task orientated, they are very determined, they are driver, they are very dominant, then most likely that person is a D. If the person is very people orientated but very passive, very supportive, steady and slow, that person is most likely an S. But if that person is task orientated, but that person is very compliant, very systematic, very competent, very careful, that person is most likely to be a C. So there you are. By observing these 4 component types, you already know whether the person is a D, I, S, or C. So that's all for today's episode. Today's episode is just a short one for you to figure out and understand whether a person is a D, I, S, or C. In the next episode, episode 4, I will go into each of the personality type. I will start with D for you to understand D. And then I will go to I and S and C deeper. So that's it for today. A short video to help you to understand DISC a bit better, an introduction to DISC. Until I see you in the next episode, have a great day and God bless. Bye.